Call to order the regular meeting of the Desoto County Board of Education, July the 2nd, 2026 at 3 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We need to approve the agenda. Mr. Austin, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the agenda.
Do you have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second. Election of board officers.
Mr. Wheeler, if you were willing, I'd like to make a motion to remain our current board president. Over the past year, you have demonstrated some pretty steady leadership, professionalism, commitment to restoring the confidence and stability to this board. And I think your leadership has helped move the board forward in a positive direction. And I believe that continuity would be the best thing for our students, our staff, and our community. So I would nominate you for president.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Ms. Rowell for the record?
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion passes. Superintendent's report, Mr. Austin.
Mr. Chairman, we also need to elect a secretary.
I'll nominate Mr. Barton.
No, is it?
Mr. Barton. Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Congratulations, Mr. Barton. That's it. Thank you. Let's see, superintendent's report, Mr. Austin.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I have one item. I've got we got the energy report, Mr. Johnson.
Good afternoon. We're looking at the first quarter of 2026 for the energy report. That'd be January, February, March of this past year. As always, I like to start out with my pie chart, basically just showing where all of the energy usage for our K through 12 schools go. Here is the actual chart that compares 2015 to 2025 to 2026 of this past first quarter. You can see it's quite a bit more. I went ahead and broke it down into where the majority of the energy went versus high schools, primary, elementary, intermediate, and middle schools, which we have quite a few more primary, elementary, and intermediate schools than we do of any of the middle schools or high schools. We spent about $202,000 more than the previous year. A vast majority of that is because of the additions and the brand new high school. So that we have to do account for an additional 215,000 square feet, which is quite big. So that's where the majority of this came from. And then we look at the average temperature. If it's warmer, then it costs a lot more to cool a building than it does to heat a building. And then we have to take into account that this past winter, we did have we had about, 10 days where we weren't in school because of the ice and the sleet. We turned those buildings on 24/7 just to try to make sure that we maintain temp. We don't have any issues, not bursting pipes or any of that. So that is what we did there. I did want to highlight one of the school's biggest losers. DeSoto Central High actually went down $11,000 over the quarter. That's pretty huge. So we're kind of looking into that and seeing exactly what changed there so that we can model that for additional schools. We made some changes over there. We did do some unit replacement, and I think a lot of that's where that came from. And then that's it.
So were those replacements pretty recent? Or were they?
Yes, they were over the previous summer, so this is actually the first winter that we've actually had those replacements over at that particular school.
Okay, so by the time you make the next report, you'll probably have a better idea. That's
Yes, sir. And then right now, we are actually in the middle of some projects that we've got going on. We're replacing 90% of the HVAC equipment over at Olive Branch Middle. We are looking like we are going to hit the date of about July 15th to be done with that school as far as mechanically. Hope Sullivan's doing 100% replacement of, well, 95% replacement over there, including cafeteria, kitchen. And then we are doing the main offices at Center Hill Middle, Lewisburg Intermediate, and Lake Corner High. So a lot of that is all going to be new equipment, ready to go, just in plenty of time for school.
Great.
Any questions?
Great, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Report. Appreciate y'all being as efficient as possible. That helps us out. And Mr. White, we appreciate you also.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Hodges. Thank you, Mr. White. They're working hard, getting the schools ready right now. We're on the countdown. The teachers coming back. Yes, sir.
No, I
Oh, okay.
know you still talking, I walked out.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm still bragging on you, so that's good. You can
Carry
still,
on.
yeah. All right. Have a good weekend. Y'all love to hear positive comments. That's good. That's good. They're working hard, getting the schools ready for the teachers' return later in July, and then the students coming back on August the 3rd. And we've got a lot going on in the school district right now, getting ready for them. And we're all excited about the 4th of July weekend, and excited about that part. District offices will be closed tomorrow. And yes, they will be closed, Ms. Riley. And also want to congratulate Mr. Wheeler and Mr. Barton on our being officers. And I want to thank our board for your support of our students and our staff. We appreciate that. And that will conclude my superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Do you have an attorney's report for that?
I do not have an attorney's report today. Thank you.
We need to approve the minutes. Mr. Olson, you have a recommendation? I don't have my script today. I'm sorry. So I didn't get one. That's okay. So, okay, do we have a motion to approve the?
I make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, consent agenda, line A through QQ. Mr. Austin, you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. New business, Mr. Williams, line item A.
Yes, sir. Reverse auction was conducted on June the 22nd for the stadium seat replacement project at Center Hill High School. It's my recommendation to accept the lowest and the best bid from Calvert Construction Management LLC.
Mr. Austin, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the lowest and best bid for the stadium seat replacement at Center Hill High School.
Do we have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Line item B, Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir. In your packet is documentation from the principal of Greenbrook Elementary School requesting permission to pay a vendor for services rendered prior to a purchase order being issued. Appropriate corrective actions have been taken with all parties involved.
Mr. Austin, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the request to pay the vendor at Greenbrook Elementary School.
Do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Line item C.
I'm gonna get my glasses. I won't be able to read. Okay, revenue collections through May for general funds are at $351,611,187, which continues to hold steady at a 1% higher rate than the FY25 revenues at $349,800,472. The increase is due to the increased evaluation of ad valorem and the increased MSFF. Revenues for all funds are at $396,170,535, which is a decrease of 1% over FY25. As you will remember, we're still looking at ESSER that's still there until we get into next year. All right, our general fund expenditures through May or $311,195,575. They continue to run about 10% over the FY25 expenditures at $281,946,267. Expenditures for all funds are at $385,811,318, which includes construction expenditures.
Mr. Olson, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the statement of revenue and expenditures for May 2026.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that
Do you have
motion.
a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. On item B, please.
Okay, the fund balance for all general funds is at $216,634,408, which is 4% lower than the FY25 balance, being at $224,787,650.
Mr. Olson, do I have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the combined balance sheet for May 2026.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
On item B, Ms. Hatfield.
The May cash balance for district maintenance is sitting at $211,137,914, which is 84% of the cash balance for all funds, which stands at $250,714,205. The amount invested with Smith Shellnut and Regions Bank at the end of May is at $53,018,465.
Mr. Olson, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the statement of cash flow for May 2026.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Yeah, Ms. Hatfield.
Okay, all bank statements have been reconciled with no exceptions.
Mr. Olson, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve the certification of bank reconciliations for May 2026.
I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you. Mr. Perkins, on personnel.
Yes, sir. Personnel package, pages 1 through 3 are recommendations. Pages 4 and 5 are personnel changes. Page 6 is a memo from Mr. Alexander to request an additional 20% stipend for a human resources employee who will assume additional responsibilities during the 26-27 school year to support departmental transitions and staffing efforts. Page 7 is a memo from Mr. Alexander on the request to approve up to 5 days or 40 hours of admin leave with pay between July 28th to January 8th, 2027, in the event the school is closed, delayed, or dismissed due to inclement weather. This is for 230-day employees. Page 8 is the memo from Mr. Alexander on the request to approve up to 6 days and 48 hours of admin leave with pay between July 6th to June 30th, in the event school is closed, delayed, or dismissed due to inclement weather. This is for less than 230-day. Page 9 is a memo from Mr. Alexander on the request to approve an employee to work during the 26-27 school year to be paid a salary that does not exceed 25% of the employee's average compensation. Pages 10 through 11 are a memo from Mr. Alexander on the following part-time employees and rates of pay for the 26-27 school year. Page 12 is a memo from Mr. Alexander for the salary approval for an interpreter's pay for the 26-27 school year. Pages 13 through 15 are a memo and job description from Mr. Alexander to reclassify one surplus data support position to a surplus property coordinator for the 26-27 school year. This position will be paid with district funds. Page 16 is a memo from Anthony Jenkins, the Director of Athletics, on a paraprofessional who will volunteer and assist with coaching for the 26-27 school year. Page 17 is a memo from Paul Cressman, Director of Risk Management, on the request to approve one part-time teaching unit for the JDC for the 26-27 school year. This unit will be paid from district funds. Page 18 is a memo from Tanya Helms, Director of Graduate Services and Student Records, on the revised pay for an employee who was previously board approved at the incorrect amount while she trains for the cohort position at South Haven High School. She will make her current rate of pay from June 16th through June 30th. Pages 19 through 20 are a memo and schedule from Mr. Williams, Director of Transportation, requesting a revision on the start date for summer workers. Page 21 is a memo from Jerry White, Director of Plant Maintenance, on the request for an employee to receive comp time due to work on Saturday, June 13th, with a water leak at Lewisburg High School. Pages 22 through 24 are requests for an additional pay from Elisa Gauss, Director of Special Education, for the following net chairs to work 30 additional hours beginning July 2nd, 26 through June 30th, 27 at $30 per hour. Pages 25 and 26 are requests for additional pay for Sarah Jane Russell, Director of High Schools, for the following teachers who will work up to 20 additional hours to create a remediation pathway for high school students beginning July 7th, 2026 through July 24th, 2026 at $30 per hour. Page 27 is a request for additional pay from Wendy Michael, the Director of Primary Schools and Professional Development, for a teacher who will work additional hours prepping and teaching professional development beginning July 3rd, 2026 through July 8th, 2026, $30 per hour. Page 28 is a request for additional pay from Christy Dunning, Director of Intermediate and Middle Schools, requesting correction for a wrong employee to work on the middle school math committee. The following employee number has been corrected, as well as the hours from June 1st, 26 through June 19th, 26 at $30 per hour. Page 29 is a request for additional pay from Tawana Williams, Director of Mental Health, for the following high school counselors to work up to 80 additional hours outside their normal contracted days, beginning July 8th, 2026 through June 30th, 27. Page 30 is the 26-27 school bus driver and bus aide pay scale. And I'm glad to say pages 31 through 121 are the employee handbook.
You sure you don't need to go through those page by page?
I trust you.
Mr. Olson, do you have a recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the board to approve personnel as presented by Mr. Kirkendall.
Do we have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Colbert?
Yes, sir, had items for executive session.
This is, as a board, we welcome public participation in our board meetings. While this is not a debate setting or question and answer session, we reserve this time in our regular board meetings for public comment and for our citizens who have requested to appear. Board policy allows 30 minutes for public comment. Public comment involving student matters or personnel matters must be heard one at a time in executive session. Each person who wishes to comment will have up to 5 minutes to speak until the 30-minute time limit is reached. When asked for public comment, please state your name. If you have a student matter or personnel matter, please state that information as well. Do we have anyone who wishes to comment? Since we don't, we're going to move on to Mr. Request to appear. Is yours, I'll let you go.
Yes, sir. We have JC. JC, please come forward. Will you be speaking about either specific students or specific employees?
No, sir.
All right, you have 10 minutes. If you'll please state your name for the record. Thank you.
Jay Crawford. It's kind of odd that I'm allowed to come in here and if I wanted to reprove you, cast aspersions, that is like unheard of in the history of civilization that has been around, like the history goes back 6,000 years. And still all over this world, people are not allowed to do it. They cannot go to their leaders and challenge the standard. It's unheard of. But my topic today is atavism. I don't know if y'all did your research on it, but it's not a very common word. And people attack me all the time for using what they call big words. But if we don't use certain words like the word integrity, that word is becoming more and more unheard of. Like I'm hearing young men that's never heard of integrity. So should we just get rid of it out of our lexicon, out of our vernacular? Should we just forget about it, or should we try to keep it in our vocabulary? I came across this book at the library, and it kind of struck me. It's the City of Athens, and it reads, "The City of Intellect and Democracy." And I was kind of taken aback because my city is anti-intellect and anti-democracy. I cannot go to my leader, to my elected official, and challenge the standard. He will not let me do it because my values do not align with his. But back in ancient Greece, right, they were civilized. They were the most civil people in history. They welcomed debate. They welcomed people to challenge the standard. But the masses were at the Colosseum. If y'all are familiar with the Colosseum, right? Everybody knows about the Colosseum, but not very many people know about the symposiums that were led by Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. People don't know about them. But if I could go back in time, I wouldn't go to the Colosseum. I would go visit those guys. But they were some of the most civil, most debatable people, and they didn't have no pride. You could debate them, and they would not get offended. But something called atavism occurred. Eventually, the rulers got dumbed down by hedonism and their riches, and the philosophers were making them sound dumb. They couldn't debate them. So since they couldn't debate them, they made them look like heretics, made them look like psychos, and they persecuted them. And I'm seeing atavism today at the universities, right? The professors. I just watched a documentary on, Ben Stein. What's his name? He's a scientist, Ben Stein, the science guy. Y'all familiar with him, right? He did a documentary at the university, and these universities are like persecuting the professors that try to write about or teach about intelligent design. They're like running their careers. And so you can Google atavism. I'm not talking about the atavism that comes from the medical industry. I'm talking about cultural atavism. Remember when I said we need 3 things to have a healthy psychology? We need something to do, we need something or someone to love, and we got to have something to hope for. Those are the 3 main ingredients for a healthy psychology. But what are the main ingredients for a healthy culture? You have to have 5 things for a healthy culture. You have to have creative thinking, creative ideas, which is the same. You have to have freedom of speech. That's the main one. You have to have exploration, right? We can't just stay in one place. We got to get out and explore. And we have to have recreation, right? If we work all the time and we don't have recreation, we're going to kill our souls. We're going to kill our spirits. And I saw some atavism at the Board of Aldermen meeting when I was going to try to speak out against these data centers. I don't want no data center in my city. It's garbage. So I try to go speak out against them, right? And I just want to extend my gratitude to you guys. You never interrupt me. You never try to send Scooter over here to try to intimidate me. And I respect y'all for that. But when I go to Olive Branch, they interrupt me multiple times. They send a subservient officer over, like he's going to put his hands on me. All the while, I'm speaking in a reasonable tone and non-threatening language. That is so uncivil. I would say it's insane, but it's not insane because he has a purpose. And anybody has a purpose and gets a good psyche out of that purpose is not insane. My second topic is aname. That's another arcane term. But if you look in any Webster dictionary, the definition is the loss of social stability because, no, it's the loss of principles resulting into social stability. And I'm not trying to make you believe that. I'm not trying to push that on you, but it is a philosophical axiom. There's no mathematical equation you can put together, no scientific experiment that can prove it is a real concept, kind of like God. But if you study history, if you study philosophy, it's axiomatic, it's self-evident. But if you Google that same word, you're not going to get the same definition that you'll find in those old dictionaries. If you Google that definition, all you're going to get is a change in principles. It doesn't say nothing about social instability. And I want to bring up a guy, one of my heroes, one of my Christian heroes, William Tyndale. If we start valuing Christian stories like we value the fantastic stories from Judaism, Christianity might do better. I don't know that for sure.
1 minute.
But William Tyndale is doing like I did. He deviated from the norm, right? He was with the church. He could have got a nice office, a nice seat on the church, but he deviated to speak the truth. And it got him burned at the stake, right? I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about being burned at the stake. The only thing I have to worry about is being scoffed at and just losing my reputation. So I'll take that any day. God bless. I love you guys.
Thank you. And that concludes our request to appear portion of our working.
Okay, for that I need a motion to consideration of the closed session is terminated with the board to enter into executive session for the following matters. Residency appeal matters.
I make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Mr. Chase will come back and inform you whether we stay in executive session.